Alright. If you would have asked me yesterday if I planned on doing this speech, I would have told you, no, I don't really feel like it. I'm just going to take a 0 on it, because what's really the point at this time? But then I realized this is one of my last projects in my high school career, so why not just do it? So I went home and thought, what can I speak about that really hasn't been done yet? So I thought, why not do it on a topic that I'm dealing with right now, which is senioritis and procrastination. So clearly, I didn't put much time into this speech. You can tell it's my favorite. But is that really a bad thing? I do agree that procrastination is honestly not a good trait, but does it help sometimes? In my opinion, when something is due on a Friday, let's say, and you have a week to do it, spending the whole week on it is obviously the best option. But for me, and most likely all of you, we all know that doesn't happen very often. Waiting until Thursday night to do it can go both ways. It's really bad because you just slop something together and it is just awful. Or something clicks in your head while you're trying to finish it, and you end up doing something that you didn't think you could. And it may just be your best work. What may happen if you keep this trend going, though, is the thought process of, I'll just do it tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes and you say the same thing, and eventually the due date comes along and nothing is done. That is the problem and what you need to avoid. And lastly, to touch on senioritis, this trait happens to all of us, and it really is not that bad of a thing depending on when it hits you. Unfortunately for me, senioritis hit me my junior year. In a year where you should excel and show college as your potential. I got the feeling that school didn't really matter, and I didn't get very good grades. For example, I would go into math every day and just do no work, and on test day, I would just fail, and I really didn't care at that point. This led to my average grade being around 50% for the first 3 to 9 weeks. But then baseball season came along, and I needed to pass to play. So it was this time I needed to pay attention and get work done. And I ended up with like a mid-C. I wish I would have displayed this effort all year in all my classes. In conclusion, procrastination and senioritis are traits that aren't necessarily the worst things, but can turn into them if you don't manage them correctly. I would like to thank a few people. My teachers who never gave up on me and pushed me to reach levels that I didn't think I could. I would like to thank all the teachers that put a little twist on a normal classroom setting and did things differently to get more student involvement. 2 good examples are Dr. Harold for his ideas in education that made it a little bit more fun for students to enjoy books. I like doing skits and making group videos. Another teacher is Mr. Rosano. He was my favorite teacher at Baldwin because he connected with students like he was one himself, but was also a great teacher and got students involved in enjoyable ways. I would also like to give a shout out to Tyler Holland because he was in 3 of my classes this year and probably did help me with about 90% of my work.